Everyday life was always kind of boring to me, and so there was always something cooler that I could go and be doing. Even at an early age, I was using the woods behind my house as a way to escape. I had a cat named Jedi that would follow me around in the woods, and it was definitely a Calvin and Hobbes thing. A young Josh Brandon on Webster Road outside of Cleveland, would wake up early and fly out into the woods, and I'm either playing war or exploring a foreign jungle or Indiana Jonesing it. It's kind of funny to think back that I was actually out in my backyard playing war as a child. Something that would end up, splitting my psyche in two later on. It's kind of strange to say, but I was excited about fighting. It was something I was pretty good at, which I don't know if it's something to be proud of or just, a matter of fact, but, I was really good at organizing people to kill other people. My second deployment was probably the worst one. That was a life changer. I was close to death a lot. I mean, the running joke was, that I was kind of like a cat that had 9 lives. I had 2 pairs of pants shot out. I've had RPGs blow up within a couple feet of me, skip between my legs. I don't know why I'm alive today. It doesn't seem right that you should become used to the kind of fighting or slaughter that was going on, but you really get desensitized to it. And it's almost a hindrance to have any kind of emotion towards it. It's like you have a little rucksack and you just keep stuffing every encounter, every close call, every death of a friend, everyone you kill, every death of a civilian. You just kind of stuff that experience into a little rucksack, and you put it on your back, and it just kind of burdens you down more and more. But at least you don't have to deal with it at the time. But in the end, you're carrying this giant rucksack. The war doesn't define me, but it definitely changed me. I felt very washed up, and I think climbing and mountaineering, especially with other similar-minded people, it really allows me to keep proving to myself that I'm not washed up, that I'm still a warrior, that I can still achieve. When I was a company commander, I took my lieutenants up, and we taught ourselves how to climb. And then the more and more we got into the mountains, we found it was better than any kind of medication or any kind of therapy we were getting at the time, and I found that it really mimicked the best things about combat for us. Climbing, when it first started out for me, was an adrenaline rush. Now, eventually, that kind of faded, and it really started to touch the spiritual side for me. You spend a lot of time out in the wilderness, and you learn to love it, and then you want to protect it. I run the military program for Sierra Club Outdoors. The hardest thing is actually getting veterans out into the mountains to convince them that they want to do that, because while you're doing it, it's especially when you're on the approach or you're slogging up a glacier ice field, you're like, God, this is a dumb hobby. Like it's just work and it sucks. And they should do this. If they did this to prisoners, they'd get in trouble. But then you get to a good climb, or you get to the summit, and it's all worth it. Too many people pity vets or feel bad that they went through combat, and a lot of vets suck that right up. The pity on the vet that saw combat, like bullshit. What made you great and what we're supposed to honor you about or with for what you've done should be the same attitude that you have back in the United States. So if you were a leader and a warrior in combat, you should be a leader and a warrior here. You don't need help from society. Society needs help from you.
All right, Dan, you are on belay.
the road, is clear ahead. We get to determine our own future. Getting out and not going to combat anymore, it's kind of strange because every aspect of my life was controlled around it. And now that I have control of my own life, and I'm free to do what I want, I have that blank canvas again. So I know I'll be in the mountains, and that's about the only thing I can guarantee at this point.